Alright, part 2. Channel taken in July 2012. So yeah, Mass Effect 3 Extended Code DLC. I enjoy it. My voice is getting sorry, my voice is okay. I think it's back okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, Extended Code DLC. I really enjoyed that. Like it I didn't have low expectations, but what it was that was in it exceeded my expectations because I thought it would only add stuff that was after you make your choice at the end, but it wasn't. There's actually they added such a good scene when or I'll just call it the evacuation scene. I think that's what everybody's calling it. So that evacuation scene, just man, that killed me the first time I played it because I didn't know it was gonna happen. So when it did, I was like, wow, that was cool. I thought they weren't gonna add anything that was before the whole, I guess I'll call it race to the finish line, and like everything was gonna be after that. But they added something before that. Like, well, yeah, it fills in the plot hole. But like when I played, I didn't really care about that plot hole. I was making stuff up in my mind because it was a very minor like, okay, yeah, this makes sense, but it didn't really bother me because maybe Shepard's just really fast or something. I don't know. Just it wasn't like that big of a deal because I mean you're playing as your character, so it's like you couldn't have control of your squad mates in the part after that. So yeah, that would have been weird. Or they could have just like went and killed your squad mates that you took with you, which would have been like even more tragic, which would have been like really sad. But man, the way they did that, like that cutscene when you say goodbye to whoever it is, just first time I played through, I lost it, man. Like, or I almost came apart. Like I wanted to throw my controller, and I was just like I was about to lose it, and just like breaking into tears. I had Liara and Ashley. So it's like, man, just craziness. Like, just I was like, this isn't happening, and I didn't. And then like that last line of dialogue, I was like, oh, I don't want to say goodbye. But yeah, that was really good. That was like, seems like not only did they manage to like fill a plot hole, they added in like just like a it emotionally evoked like scene that was just it just gets me every time. It's like see like before like but yeah, like Mass Effect 3 every time I play through there's just like two parts besides that every time I either like I just feel like a tinge of pain or I get like really really choked up. I'm not gonna say like which parts they are, but like this new scene that they added just like add it to the list because like every time I play through I just like don't want to like play that part and I'm just like now that it's there, I can't do anything to go around it or anything. It's just like, yep. Good job, Barry. That scene, whew, man, just so good. And then that's really yeah. And then like it was cool that they showed like they changed the way when you hit the conduit, like you get ejected. So it like basically I thought that was cool because in Mass Effect 1, when you hit the conduit with the Mako, it basically you get to the Citadel and then like it flips over and breaks, which I guess is why we've never seen it again because it like got blowed up in the first game. But yeah, this one like Shepard like pops out. That's pretty funny, I thought. And then like he like regains conscious. Well, they weren't really unconscious, but like yeah, comes to, and I thought that was cool because it was like showing that the conduit was like the conduit in the first game where like you hit the kind of like basically like a mass relay but not a mass relay or like on a like point to point but you're on a planet and it takes you somewhere else, so that's pretty cool. And it's cool like they didn't change any of the dialogue on the part after that, which I'm not going to say what happens because I want to keep it spoiler free, and that's cool. And then they didn't until like all the dialogue that they added in, I'm glad they did because that cleared up a lot of stuff. And to me, it's like yeah, it's okay, I'm sorry. It's like hard to put into words what I'm thinking. So basically, before, it was really, they left a lot up and like out that was like why didn't they explain that? And then they go through and explain it now, it's way better. I'm not going to go into the details, it would just take too long, but yeah. It's cool because like before, it like still holds up to where like before it was more of a like your choice to like okay what I'm trying to get at is basically two people are playing the game and it's like they're both like full Paragon, but you get to the final choice and it's like that final choice to me is like every person that has played Mass Effect basically like that is an open-ended question of like it's like an essay question. It's like an essay question on a test. It's not just multiple choice of like blue, green, or red, which is why I was never that like I was kind of like, yeah, I was kind of angry at the end just because there was no resolution, but they added that, so I'm cool. But like before, that didn't bother me because like this whole part at the end where it's like choose A, B, or C. It's not really A, B, or C because like you have to like reconcile in yourself of like, okay, how does my shepherd play? Like, what is my style? Like, how am I going to like philosophically decide like what to do here on this final option I have? And then like when you talk to other people of like why they chose what they chose, and like you say what you chose because you chose that, it's like that to me is like why I originally didn't like, I wasn't that upset with the ending. I was just upset that there was no resolution. It's like I was cool with the ending. It's just like the whole no resolution, like what happened afterwards, like no no parade. Yeah, there's still there's still no parade, but like in my mind I have like imaginarily like imagined that there's a parade after that final scene at the wall, or the when like all your squad mates are there standing. It's like I just imagine that afterwards it's like some like before they take off and leave, there's like some like speaker on the, or someone on like a like loudspeaker that's like, okay crew, let's assemble outside real quick for a quick parade to like to celebrate our victory or something. And then like they have a parade and they're back on the ship and they take off or something. But yeah, whatever. No parade. I didn't need a parade, but and I'm not gonna complain too much for no parade. Whatever. So yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, like the whole. But now that they have like the whole, okay. So back to what I was saying about like the whole, if you choose your choice and someone else chooses their choice, and you have the whole like I chose this because of this, and you chose that because of that. That was like cool to begin with. But now that they've like filled in, it's cool because like they didn't just like fill in the blanks, but they like went above and beyond. Because like I didn't think they were gonna like go into the whole. Okay. To save time, I'll just say that they added more clarification than I was expecting, because I was just like, basically what I was just looking forward to in the ending DLC or extended cut was like closure and epilogue, and like I got way more than that because there's that, but like even before that there's like so much more. There's the evacuation scene, and then like all the dialogue with the thingy at the end, because I don't want to spoil what happens at the end. Even I'm not sure who's gonna watch this. Like, I don't know if one of my friends is gonna watch that hasn't played, so I'm not gonna say what happens at the end. But like, yeah, I was satisfied. I was like, yep, I can just keep on trekking. But then it's weird because it's like they came out and said, basically destroy ending if you have your that or what I talked about last time, your imaginary number of your EMS or effective military strength. If it's high enough. Yeah, Shepard survives in destroy ending. Other two endings, not so much. So it's like, okay, but well, I don't know. That's weird to me. Cause it's like none of my Paragons are gonna choose that ending, except for like the ones that are like Paragon but do bad stuff. So it's like, yeah, none of the good ones are gonna get that. So it's like, oh, it's kind of sad, but whatever. So I'm interested to see like if there's gonna be any post game DLC that like goes into that or not. And now that this is over, I'm just like waiting for the DLC, because I was ready for DLC from like after I finished the game. I was like, okay, let's do some more side quests or something, because I mean it's hard to say goodbye to Mass Effect. I'm still kind of sad actually. After I played through the extended cut so many times to like get video for it, and I had to like keep replaying through the same section, which is like the end where you have to say goodbye to everyone, and it's like, oh, this is depressing. I had to take a break. And I just like played something else. So I was like, yeah, I'm just taking a break from Mass Effect for a while. So, yeah. Mass Effect 3, so good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about in Mass Effect 3 besides the ending, and I didn't talk about multiplayer, did I? That was last time, because I did part 1 with talking about the operation and gushing about it. Yeah. I hope that wasn't too all over the place and it made sense. It was coherent. Sometimes when I'm talking about Mass Effect, I just get crazy. So sorry. Or I get very passionate, and you know, peace is a lie. There's only passion. It brings out the dark side in everybody. So sorry about that if I did that. Shepard, yeah. Hopefully I can like finally get a video of like all my Shepards eventually, but that's not. I haven't even like started on it. Like I had I have like 2 video ideas in my brain right now of like one of a. Actually, well, I'm not gonna go into it because it won't be. It'll be a while before I get those made. But one was gonna be about like all the film shops I had, and the other one was gonna be about like all the shepherds that I'd made that were not just. Or the ones before I made that were just. Or before I started making ones that were like weird of like I'm just gonna be middle option every time. So yeah. Or a neutral shepherd. So yeah. But yeah, I guess that's it for part 2. If I remember anything. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay. The only thing I have to add is that I think I haven't mentioned this on here, but like at first I didn't like Javik or James, but like after playing a bit, it's like I finally warmed up to them. Like I like I eventually warmed up to the new squad mates in Mass Effect 2, so it's like I'm cool with them now. I'm not like, oh, they suck. So yeah. There's something else I think about Mass Effect 3, but whatever. I'll just talk about it next time because I was talking about Mass Effect, so whatever. Alright, that's it for part 2. I'll come back with this, with what I've been playing, and some swag, and anything else that was like I wanted to talk about but I forgot, or just haven't got around to. So, part 3 coming up after this.